Hey, welcome to Moina Bass Fishes, and we have just fished the first day of practice here at the Harris Chain for the 2022 MLF Tacklewarehouse Pro Circuit tournament here. So it was kind of a little bit different day, really, because this is how my day went. I launched the boat at sunrise, and it was raining, heavy clouds. Idle out the canal where I am, and dropped the trolling motor at the end of the canal. And guess what? No power at the trolling motor. I got an Ultrex, Minn Kota Ultrex. The little blue light was on, indicating it powered up, but it wouldn't turn, nor would the propeller spin. So, as it turns out, what was happening is it was nothing to do with the trolling motor. The trolling motor was just fine. The lithium batteries I have, for some reason, they are going into what is referred to as sleep mode. When I hit the trolling motor, that little draw of current is putting these batteries into sleep mode. It only has to put in one battery into sleep mode to knock the whole circuit dead, and that's what it was doing. And so if you take a voltmeter and test the voltage on your battery when it's asleep, it reads 0. Now, to wake it up, what I was told to do is you take a pair of jumper cables. So I put the one end of the jumper cables on my starter battery, and then I just touched the posts on the battery that's asleep, and that wakes it up, and it did wake it up. However, so I'd wake up, I'd have power, my trolling motor would turn, the propeller would spin, but it wouldn't go more than 2 minutes, and they would go back to sleep. So I put up with this for like 45 minutes, and then finally I'm like, this isn't getting any better. I got to do something about it. So I went to the service yard where you got service crews, like you got Lowrance there, Minn Kota was there, Mercury was there, Garmin was there, Phoenix Boats was there, but not Ranger used to always be there. Ranger never shows up no more, which this was more of a Ranger problem than, I mean, it was a trolling motor problem, but more of a Ranger problem, as it turns out, because I did talk with the trolling motor guy from Minn Kota, and he did reassure me, because I was questioning, is the trolling motor, is there something wrong with it that it's doing this? And apparently, after talking to him and talking to some other people there, other service experts, apparently these lithium batteries have kind of a bad rep. None of the service people like them because of the weird things they do, such as what I've been talking about. So, anyways, in the end, these people were able to help me as far as make me more knowledgeable on these lithiums, but my problem was not solved. What solved the problem was me going to O'Reilly Auto Parts store and buying 3 AGM, I think they're AGM, or maybe they're lead acid, buying 3 batteries at the O'Reilly's place. They're deep cycle marine batteries, size 31s, heavier than crap. But I got back on the water, started fishing at about 1:30, and fished 1:30 till 6:30. So I did get in 5 hours of practice. And but here, let's go back to, I'm not done with the motor part. So now the question is, I was wondering, okay, I got these lead acid batteries. Well, my battery charger made by Dual Pro is specifically made for lithium batteries. So now I had to call Dual Pro to see if they will also charge these regular batteries. And the customer service representative, they assured me that it wasn't going to be any problem. The only thing is, he said that it really doesn't, you don't get like you don't get like the float maintenance charging from this charger on these lead acid batteries. So I really don't even know what that means, honestly. I mean, with a regular battery charger, it like you leave it plugged in and it kind of keeps the batteries up to full charge. And with this one, I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to get fishing, so I asked a few questions of the guy, and I asked him, is it safe? He said yes, but don't leave it plugged in too long. And then he said, like, don't leave it plugged in for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not planning on plugging it in for 2 weeks right now. So, anyways, enough of that. Okay, that was a headache. So, all right. The fishing itself now, I got to fish for about 5 hours, and man, it was perfect big bass biting weather. I mean, you got the rain, high humidity, heavy overcast. So I did catch one about 5 pounds a day, but I didn't catch a whole lot of fish. I was catching on average about 1 an hour maybe. That's just, you got to get more bites than that, really, out here. They've been catching them out here. They had 2 Redman tournaments the last weekend. A lot of fish were caught, a lot of nice weights. You're going to see a lot of 14, 15, 16-pound bags in our tournament. Although we got a major cold front coming, so it's probably not going to fish quite as good as it did last weekend. However, with that being said, I better be catching like 15 fish a day so I can call through some of them and get me a decent bag. And if you get lucky, you'll get a really big fish, and that'll give you not just a decent bag, but a really good bag. So, all right. So I threw a lot of different baits. I caught fish on a lot of different things today. So, I don't know. I don't know if I learned anything. I guess I did. But anyways, tomorrow, similar weather. Fish ought to be biting again. And I think I'm going to have to maybe try a few different patterns tomorrow from what I did today, and see if I can't catch more fish, get on bigger numbers. But the problem is, I'm thinking, I want to do some shell bed fishing. And God, I'm just worried that these shell bed fish are going to be so nomadic and they're going to move so much. I'm not that much of a shell bed expert on these Florida lakes. Just some of the stuff I've been learning about with, is a lot of here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. So that is not, it's okay if you have a bunch of shell beds and you have a little history knowing with these shell beds, but just rolling in on a cold and not having a full understanding of the history of some of these shell beds out here, I don't know. But I'm going to mess with it some tomorrow, because I have, in past tournaments here, I have caught some good fish off of them. I've never caught a limit off of them, but I always pick up a good one or two, and then I usually end up getting a limit shallow somewhere. But anyways, God, that's enough. Thanks for watching, and over.